7504. Email enquiries@rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
Well, hello there and welcome to Sister Sister, your all-female relationship talk show on City TV and City FM. It's another week and I'm totally thrilled to come your way once again. My name is Jessica. Coming up on the show today, as usual, we have relationship conversations. Lots of things are going on in people's relationships and lots of people need opinions on what to do, how to deal with stuff, how to move on if they need to. And this show offers that platform. The show is brought to you by Vodafone. And we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you how you can be part of the show, get your messages read, and I'll also introduce my sisters for the evening. So don't go anywhere. And you're welcome back to Sister Sister. All right, so there are various ways that you can reach us on the show today via WhatsApp to 054-998-6996. You can also send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com or search for us on Facebook, Sister Sister Live, Live. Like our page, send us a DM or just join in the interactions that go on our page. We will totally appreciate that. Let's say hello to my sisters on the show today, and I'll come in studio. Gail, our superstar sister, is here this week as well. Gail, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
What have you been up to? It's been 1 week since I saw you.
Nothing really.
Sure?
Yeah, I was just home.
Just chilling at home.
Yeah.
Writing some
Writing,
blogs.
exactly. Writing and yeah, that's it.
Writing is a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for making time to be here again.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
yeah.
and of course Tina's here.
Yay.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Same.
Usual work. But yeah.
Keyboard
fun.
idol.
Yes, Keyboard Idol is exciting.
Charlie.
Yeah, we have some good, performance in there. So yeah, work is keeping me.
That's good. That's good. That's really good. Olivia is also joining us via Zoom. What's going on, Livy?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you.
How's our husband, Mr. Lekusu?
Oh, he's fine, and then he's good.
Good.
I'm taking care of him. I'm cooking for him, juicing for him, and doing all sorts of things.
You did not let me sleep last week because of this recipe that you gave out. The calls, the DMs, the messages. Because of you.
Oh, bless. People need extra boost, right? Sally is all good.
Please post the recipes on your Facebook page. Let's direct traffic. So that you can answer all the questions because me, Charlie, I'm tired. But it's good to see you, Libby. Thank you so much for joining us as well. All right, so we'll go straight into our first message for the day. And it says, hello, sisters. I've been seeing a guy a little over 3 months now. He seemed to like me a lot initially, but he's beginning to withdraw because he feels I'm not expressive and fun-loving. It's partly true though, but I've told him several times that I was brought up in a way that made me timid, and I'm only now learning to overcome it. He finds it difficult to believe because we're friends and we've been friends for a long time before he started showing interest in me. He feels we've known each other for too long for me to still feel that way around him. The truth is, I love fun. I just don't know how to express it. I'm trying to improve, but it's hard, and he doesn't understand. I feel like letting him go so I can focus on myself, but I also feel I need to talk to him again. I've noticed he's been talking to his ex a lot and some other person lately. I see how they vibe, exactly how he wants me to be, and I'm worried. What should I do? All right. So, Gail, since you're our superstar sister, I don't know. Fresh, I know. What would you say?
Wow. You see, when it comes to relationships, people make the mistake of thinking that because you and someone get along so well, you've been friends for so long, people think then it's a good foundation to build, start a relationship on. It doesn't really work that way, because sometimes when you are with friends, there are no conditions. So you're able to maybe be yourself because you don't have too much, like I said, conditions. When you start dating, the dynamics are different. You have to be more accessible, you have to be more accountable, you have to be more transparent about all your moves. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Absolutely.
Because you have to be, because that's how you build or you earn someone's trust. When you're open about everything, your movement, you have to be considerate about the person's feelings. But if you're just friends, and let's say maybe we're supposed to do something together and I end up disappointing, I mean, you may be upset, but not as much as if you're in a relationship, because then they'll be like, but you, Charlie, what's the big deal? But if you're dating, you have to do things that you don't even have to do, because you always have to think about how the other person's gonna, today too. You're gonna think about how the other person's gonna respond to you. And then people also forget about the love language. Everybody has got their own love language. Everybody has how they express their love and how they receive it. So if you try to speak a type of love language with somebody and the person doesn't understand it, they will never ever get you. And if you are not what they are looking for, no, you can do everything, the person will never respond to you the way you want. So, for example, someone's love language is to buy gifts, give you money and stuff like that. And maybe my love language is time, communication. Maybe go to the beach, walk at the beach and just talk and just be intimate. So imagine if you were my friend and you're always buying stuff for me.
Right.
But because we're just friends, I couldn't really just say anything, because you're just friends. So if you want to buy me gifts, I won't be like, I'll insist that we should go and spend time somewhere else just because that's what I want. Or in a relationship, like I'm saying, you try and understand the person's language and meet them halfway, or you don't be in a relationship with the person at all. So what I'm just trying to say is that they made a mistake trying to date just because they think they are friends. Because she keeps saying, the guy is saying that he doesn't understand why she's not responding to him the way he wants, and because we've been friends for so long, and why are you acting that way? And she says, yeah, she loves fun, but she's just not maybe clicking with him the way he wants. And so now he's looking for satisfaction elsewhere to other people, you know? So I'm thinking that sometimes it's best when you leave friendship the way it is, because you end up just hurting people unnecessarily, because for you know, they've had a good friendship and it's been going on well. So now that you bring in a relationship that has different dynamics, it's like, now see how she's already feeling after just 3 months.
Right.
But when they were friends, I don't think she felt that way. So for me, I don't think she did the right thing to start seeing the guy, because relationships has different dynamics, like I'm saying, and you need to look at things like how compatible you are, how your communication goes. Like, those things are very important. So if you're not compatible, there's no point.
Right now, she finds herself in this situation, though. So, what would you say she should do?
I mean, she's not happy, obviously. You can tell from what she said. It's just 3 months. Even on a normal relationship, when you get, and I always say something, that relationships are not the same thing as dating. Dating someone is just getting to know someone on a potential
Levels.
Romantic level. So when you date, you can date 2 or 3 people at the same time. Get to know each and every one, how they are, how you connect with them. And then with time, if you feel like I'm gearing towards one particular person, you know, on the same standards and stuff like that, then you can make it exclusive and then maybe be serious. But people make the mistake of thinking just because there's a little connection, or maybe he's great, I'm grateful to him for what he's been doing for me. Gratitude is not love.
Right.
You see? And so that's what she did, and she just thought, oh, because we get along well. But now I feel she should just get out of it. She should get out of it because obviously she's not happy and they are not on the same page.
Right. So
I don't think she should get out of it.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Tina, you hold the same opinion?
Yes, but I think that we need to, or as people, we need to study our friends and know and accept their disposition. It's all right to be someone who can't express themselves even when they're excited or when they're happy. But your friend knows you for who you are. And from what she's saying, the guy knows that that's how she is. And all of a sudden, he's expecting that she changes from a personality that he has known all his life to something that he thinks is ideal for him. And for me, I don't think that's where the problem is. Yes, like Gil said, sometimes it's a mistake to move friendship into a relationship. But you being selfish to think that someone should change their disposition to fit what is your ideal in life is what I think is wrong here. So how about the girl also thinking that he should all of a sudden not be a social person and also be cool and be comfortable in their silence and just be at home and read and be happy? So one, I think that is where they've gotten it wrong. And so if you don't feel like you can change, and I don't think you should necessarily change in 3 months, change your whole life to suit one person who is already talking to his ex, who is already talking to another lady. He's not focused. He wants something. He's looking for something, but he hasn't found it. And he has an idea of what it should be like. And he's forcing it on whoever he thinks may be that person. And so you are not that person. Trust me, someone will come along and love just the way you are. Like, he will be so thrilled that, oh, this person is not noisy, she doesn't laugh, and she's not a social person. I just like her the way she is. So I think that 3 months is too early to change your personality. And you are comfortable in yourself. You have also said that that is who you are. I don't think you should change. And so the relationship rather should change.
Interesting one there. Livy, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both Tina and Gail. I mean, relationship is about two imperfect people coming together. Okay, they're not supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to be imperfect. Everybody is coming from different homes, different upbringing, and depending on how you grow, your personalities also grow along the line. I mean, I would love to. I'm using myself as an example. When I was growing up, I was such a bookworm. I was very introverted, always in my books. My twin sister would be, but I was very, to myself. And I liked my quiet space. I'll be in the room, I'll read, I didn't like to talk too much. And then I met my husband. He was such a chatterbox, he was very outgoing, very lively, and, he says all sorts of crazy things. And I look at him and I go like, hey, massa, but he appreciated who I was as a person. And the beauty about relationships that are open is that even though everybody is different in their own unique way, both parties are able to love and appreciate each other's differences and grow together, not necessarily wanting to change each other. You can never change anybody. So for me, this guy, my dear, he's going to make you grow up into something that you don't want to be. You end up being somebody that you're not, and then you start asking yourself questions that, Chale, one day you wake up and you be like, Chale, who have I become? All because what? You want to please this other person. And it's about love. If he loves you, he has to love you just the way you are. He shouldn't try to change you. That's why sometimes when I hear statements like, we got married and then I don't know what happened, the person has changed. It's because maybe the other party kept on suppressing the other person's inner being or who that person actually was. People don't allow people to be themselves, to grow, to show their true characters. So they think all sorts of things. Then when they get married, then Charlie is like, okay, finally I got what I wanted. Now let my true colors come out. My dear, be true to yourself. Okay, you owe it to yourself. This guy, he doesn't know what he wants. He wants you to be something that you're not. So clearly you're not for him. And it's okay. Okay, like T was saying, you find somebody who loves you just the way you are. You're cool, you're not loud, you're not this. Charlie, everybody has got their own beauty and it should be accepted and appreciated just the way they are. So don't be too hard on yourself. Let him go. I mean, by all means, if you think that it's a friendship that you want to continue, why not? You guys were friends, continue to be friends. It was just not meant to be that kind of intimate, husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend kind of relationship. And just, bury the hatchets and just have a fantastic life for yourself. And don't, while you decide to do this, I think that you should have that conversation with him and tell him that, okay, you tried, you wanted to make it work, but it didn't work, and just cut things off and try as much as possible to detach from him emotionally, because what's going to happen is that you might end up being a pendulum, because there's a thin line between that friendship that you have and that sort of supposed love that you feel. So you need to define exactly what you feel for this guy. Clearly, I don't think that you guys are actually meant to be, and define it and then sort of cut ties and put him in friend zone 100%, so that he won't come and worry you and use you as a spare tire. And by all means, enjoy your life. It's okay to break it off. There's nothing wrong with you, and you're entitled to enjoy your life and then the way you are as a person. So I think you'll be fine, but cut it off with him. It's not necessary to be in a relationship like that with him.
Right. And really, just to reiterate what the ladies are saying, it's hard when people try to mold you into something that you haven't been all your life.
Yeah.
Stuck in a routine. And I have a personal experience like that, and it was really exhausting because I'm stuck in a routine where I know on weekdays, latest by say 9:30 p.m., I want to be in bed or asleep because I need to wake up early. By 4 a.m., get ready for the gym at 5, and I have a routine. So if he calls and it's past 9 and I don't see it because my phone maybe automatically goes on silent or something like that, then it becomes an issue. And there's a whole, you're too busy, but I'm stuck in my ways. So if I don't make a conscious effort to reel you in, there'll always be conflict.
Definitely.
And there's a conversation of, you never make time for me, you're too busy. It's hard. It's
exhausting.
Hard. It's really exhausting as well. So I feel that if you can't fit into this guy's, should I say cast, just go elsewhere that, you can mold in perfectly. It won't be easy, but it's either or, really. A couple of your comments. Vincent says, if you know it doesn't work, let him go, because you can't kill yourself for him to love you. Joy says, please work on yourself before going into any relationship. If you feel you don't love yourself, then work on it as well. But if you love yourself, why then force yourself to become someone that you aren't? My sister, if he doesn't love you the way you are, someone else will. Norte says, what is there to work on? Just be you. You'll find the right suitor at the right time. If marriage is no certificate to heaven, how much more being a fun-loving person? Work on your salvation. Why? That's more important. Patrick says, you can't key yourself. Love is patient. If he meant what he said, he'll be patient with you. Understand and help you to come out of your whatever. Sika says, the guy is being selfish and wicked because he must put himself in your shoes and bear with your limitations for now. If he cannot pass this simple test, he's not worth your time and effort. Another message from Amma says, never ever live your life to impress others. Just be you. Sure. Madame, you don't have to be timid just to know what you want and like and work on it if you feel something is missing. Be bold and confident in all your dealings in this life. An anonymous message says, a man who really loves you will stay with you and try to have fun with you. Look, sister, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm exactly like you. Don't let this intimidate you at all. Let him be. Look, when you find a good man, he himself will make you talk without knowing that you're doing it. And finally, Nene says, read. Find books you're intrigued by and read. Widen your reading, i.e. reading about everything. It will help thrash your timidity and help you to be more expressive, not just in words, but in actions as well. It's Sister on City TV and City FM. We'll go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hello, viewers. I'm feeling very frustrated and bored in Sambulai. I'm very happy. If you don't understand, don't worry, call me self. I don't understand. In this addition, Vodafone Ghana has now made it possible to send money from Vodafone Cash to all network free. We'll cross over to our senior reporter for more details.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing in front downtown. You know, I'm learning to make a vlog. I'm not funny as you said. Vodafone, I'm not quite said. Ultimate Senesika do Topia, Emily do Topia, Echo all the network. I will check up like me to Montezo. Diamond Falcon.
Fifia, Matendo says, Rodan Yabuto charges Manome. Two, bro, charges on your wumlo, at the Hamonium. A beer says Rodan Ha, charges on Clandan.
Hanging on the Fanny no me. Eastern America charges me, no charges I met G, Naka charges when we know, Mania Cafe BP, oh, honey for the food, oh, more.
For me, I do a lot of online transactions. I guess here. See, the excitement for me is that I get to save a lot on Vodafone Cash.
Please put me down.
I'm so excited. I can now send money to all networks without any charges.
Me ye Jediniba. A bribia says me chia me juma ye fokan. Sika me chia se charges no. And do so do. Nansu say dear. Me da Vodafone Cash.
Sending money on Vodafone Cash to all networks is now free. Send any amount of money as many times as you like to all networks for free. Dial *110# now to send money.
Any amount for Masumo. Studio 2. Put him in car. And yeah, Muso.
This is the red news. Apologize.
The future is exciting. Ready?
Welcome back, Sister on City TV and, of course, 97.3 City FM. Your comments are welcome, 054-998-6996. And don't forget to prefix it with the country code if perhaps you're watching this show from outside Ghana. After all, we are live on sub-Saharan Africa. Let me get into our next message, and here it is.
I have dated this man for 4 years now. I love him, but the emotional abuse is killing me. He's a chronic womanizer. He has been sleeping with our landlord's daughter and her cousin. When I confronted him, he said I'm being paranoid. He tells me he's going for night shifts and ends up at a woman's house. I got to know all this by going through his phone. Before anyone crucifies me for going through his phone, let me make things clear. I am a very faithful woman. It got to a time I was having recurring STIs and UTIs. When I confronted him, he had the guts to tell me that I got them from another man and not him. That day, I cried my eyes out. Because of that, I decided to check his phone. There's a whole lot I can't type here. Now my issue is, we are engaged and set to marry soon, but I don't love this man anymore. How do I tell my family that I want to opt out? Please help me.
Okay, so yes, this is a sister who needs a bit of help. Emotional abuse for 4 years, doesn't want to be in this marriage. How does she go about it? Tina.
Okay, so I'll go straight to the point. She knows what she knows that she doesn't want the relationship anymore, so that is a good thing. She's very decisive. Now, how to communicate that to her people or to the two families is what is important. Now, if you were going to get married, then you want to save face and spare everyone the details of what's going into the marriage, because you never know if tomorrow you get into the marriage and now you are good enough, then people will now start looking at you like, hey, this girl and stuff like that. So you can look at all the stuff that will make you look dirty in terms of the STIs and those kind of things, and state the facts of the matter of what he has done, why you cannot continue. So you need to call your family, because now the matter is in front of the two families.
Right.
So you go to your family and say, i.e. your mother first, if your mother is around. The motherly figure is always the one who would, accept this. So you talk to them, letting them know, or letting her know that, listen, this guy is cheating on me. I found this and that and that. This is my evidence. I don't want to enter into a marriage that, state your case and tell them why you won't enter into that marriage. 70% or 80% of the time, you get the support from your family. There are a few families that will say, oh, don't worry. There are a few people who would say that. But because of the way you've put your message, I think you're a very strong woman, decisive, and you know what you want. So push your agenda. Don't enter. So once you are being convinced, if you are being convinced, stay on the course. Now, for the families that will support you, now they would rather take the matter out of your hands, and you don't have to deal with his family.
Right.
So on that level, I think that is how the route you should use. Now, to him, before you leave, or finally when you pack your bags and you are leaving, or I don't know, it sounds like you're coexisting or something, because
not so.
So you just okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like when you're breaking it off, let him know that you're not a pushover. You're not. You can leave him, but make a statement so that he knows what he's going to miss. You have said to us that you're a faithful woman. Let him know he will not get your type anymore. It is very important. Sometimes it's good to leave the relationship just quietly and go but this one, he's taking a part of you in terms of webu kwasia, sleeping with other women, lying in your face, giving you diseases. Charlie, this is so disrespectful. So you are cutting your losses, but let him know that, listen, this is over. I'm picking up myself because I respect myself. I'm walking away. I will get a better person to treat me right. And just go. Your parents will deal with the rest. Your family will deal with the rest. If they need you to come and answer any questions, make yourself available. Don't be emotional. State your case and walk.
Charlie, you be too much. We are talking like as if you've been called right now and
make what counsel.
Lawyer. Maybe so. Olivia, weigh in on this from you.
Tina has said it perfectly well. I don't know what else to say. In a nutshell, Charlie, it's not a relationship you should be in. What value is this guy adding to your life? He's giving you diseases, he's cheating on you, and he's blatantly lying. Charlie, what kind of geezer does that? Well, clearly he does that. So, like Tina said it, I would have just done it, papa. I've just told him that Charlie, my guy, showed him the results from the hospital about the STIs, and the fact that he had the impudence to also imply that you were cheating. Charlie, some way, like, I mean, I blasted him.
Yeah.
Blasted him and giving him a piece of mind and giving him the, what do you call it? The test results from the hospital, because you know some STIs, if you don't treat it properly, they can actually lead to cancer. So Charlie, all this wahala for what? Charlie, he's so not worth it. He's not worth your time, your emotion, your space. Charlie, I know that a lot of time has been invested into it, but I mean, you're a smart woman, like T is saying. You know exactly what you want, and it's not to marry him. And you're tell him that, Charlie, you're not in for this kind of relationship, and ditch the guy. Like I always say, if you're left me right, not say Charlie, better not Charlie, but Charlie, what and then deal with the family, you know, the way that you have to deal with it, the very traditional way. Me, my mind is a bit different, but I mean, I love Tina's submission that, Charlie, this one, because you've actually got into the whole engagement, you know, stage, so it's now become a family affair. So she was on point when she said that. So run along with what Tina said, and I think you're good. And in your next relationship, Charlie, don't be a bit more cautious, okay? Don't. You see, I think we keep saying it on this show time and time again. When you're in a relationship, don't let it drag too much. And when I say don't let it drag too much, I'm not saying that, you know, pressurize the men into marrying you, but there's some basic things that you need to watch out for in terms of marriage potential husbands, or marriage material potential in a potential husband. If you see that the guys don't tick your boxes, don't waste time. And if a man says they want you and they love you and they cherish you, they don't waste 4 years, 5 years. They do all sorts of things, and then Charlie some way. So Charlie, it's your life, and it's all about you as well. Sometimes it's good to be selfish. And in situations like this, you have every right to be selfish about your happiness, because your happiness is your sanity. So, sweetheart, get out of the relationship. At least you learned, and then move on with your life. You'll be good. I'm sorry that you had to go through this, though, but you'll be fine.
Okay, Gail, I mean, so far, Tina and Olivia saying, get out. Is that really
I mean, get out, yes, you have to get out.
Okay.
It's you know,
it's a given.
Yes, she has to get out. But I understand why she's a bit worried about the family, because at the end of the day, they say he who wears the shoes know where it pinches. So, of course, she knows what she's going through. So, whether the family agrees for her to leave the guy or not, that's besides the point. She has to leave for her own sanity. But I think she's just worried about the fact that maybe, I don't know how far they've gone with the preparations.
They've done the engagement.
They've done engagement already.
Oh, then they're married.
They'll be married soon.
Yeah. So obviously,
like the white wedding.
obviously, maybe they've made plans, the venue and stuff like that. So when it gets to that point, it will be hard. How are you going to, you know, sort that out? Maybe you've paid for, like I said, a venue. Maybe you've bought whatever, your gown,
your gown and everything.
Charlie, whoever, best man or whatever, everybody is set. So that is what I think she'll be worried about, on how she'll let them know. Sometimes too, you'll be worried about the embarrassment. People were thinking, oh, what happened? Is this something you did? Or, so to see it as a failure or something. Because for her to stay in this thing for 4 years, the guys abused her mentally. I don't know if it beats her up, but mentally, she's really, really taken a lot from the guy. And it's also made her feel like she's the problem, especially when she found out that, I mean, she got all those diseases knowing that you're the only one she's been with. And you have the nerve to tell her that she's the one. So when you know you didn't do it and someone tells you you did it, that's a lot to take, you know, mentally. So, I mean, and I don't know if she's told the guy that she wants out, because she's worried about the family.
Yeah, not yet.
I don't know if she's been able to break away mentally, because you could tell your family that, yes, I want to get out, but you yourself, are you ready? Because it doesn't sound like she's ended it and now wants to tell the family. So the point rather, she should worry about her and the guy. I don't know if it's an abusive guy. Some guys will be like, hey, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you. Oh yeah, that type of thing. I don't know how he's going to respond, because I think she's afraid. When you're in an abusive relationship for a very long time, you become a bit like, afraid to break away from, because you're so used to that. You know you don't want it, but you still cannot move away. Yeah, because 4 years, the way she's saying 4 years, and people feel like because I've been with someone for that long, then I need to be in there and make it work. And you know one thing I realized, especially with the African men, nobody should chew me up. I'm just saying what
indirectly chew her up. Okay,
like,
let's go.
I think that a lot of things that they take for granted, that sense of entitlement, because the cheating thing it comes easy to them. Like, hey, it's in our DNA. You have to accept it. I remember one time someone told me, if I want to have a man to myself, I should go to the cemetery.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's why I'm going to get a guy to myself, because there's no way. Yeah, some of them say, like, why can't women accept that that's who we are? And you hear the guys talk. I have friends, you talk to them, talk about cheating so easily. When they're about to get married, do you know what their friends tell them? They say, well, you don't worry, as soon as you get married, I give you 6 months. You start cheating. Yeah, something. Yeah. So it's like, if you don't cheat, you either are missing out, or you there, or you don't say, yeah, exactly. You there, are you correct? Are you the own? So it's like,
Charlie.
So sometimes I ask myself, do the guys know the effect of what they do on the women, or they've just taken it like we're supposed to just accept it? Because women, all we do is nag. If a woman is angry at you for cheating on her, they'll be like, oh, you're bitter, or you're just talking. So I don't know if they're just not capable of realizing how much damage they're causing somebody else. So what the lady should rather worry about is how she's going to break away from the guy mentally, because physically it's very easy to check out from someone physically, but mentally, because if you come out now, you tell the family everything, they say, okay, if that's what you want. There's some families who will not even say, or try to convince you. They'll be like, if this is how you feel, hey,
that's
okay,
we'll support
then they agree. Then you go back to the guy. How about that?
Yeah.
So she has to rather be ready to move away from this guy mentally. You know, that's what's more important. If she's ready for that, I think the rest is easy. If you feel ashamed because you didn't get married, hey, nobody died from breaking off. Yeah, nobody died from that. So I think her worry should rather be on how she's going to move away from the guy. Because some guys don't take these things lightly.
Right.
Yeah. That's what she should worry about. Yeah. So, but some of them don't care, like I'm saying. Some guys, when you catch them, they'll make you feel like you're the one imagining things, and it's not like we've not all been there.
That's the annoying part.
You know that that's what the person is doing. That he will make you feel like you're imagining things. I mean, nobody should go through that. You know.
That's actually a great angle.
Yeah. I mean, all I have to say is this, right? You're not married to this guy. Yeah, you've been dating for 4 years. And you're already getting STIs, UTIs, STCs, BBCs, CNNs. I mean, and like, what are you waiting for? Like, you want to get married and get maybe HIV or something? Like, I'm actually surprised that she's contemplating, because for me, the highest level of disrespect would have been that point where he told me that I have probably gone to sleep elsewhere when I know I've been faithful to him. Like, it's so disrespectful. Like, how dare you? You know, I feel like he does not respect you at all. This man does not deserve the rest of your life, right? I think that if you're old enough to marry, you should be old enough to take bold decisions, right? Your family's opinion matters, but if your family really cares about you, they won't say, oh, and push you towards something they know is just going to go downhill. You know, I mean, I can imagine if I came to my dad and I said, Daddy, I brand na mia didn't be you know.
I want to.
Yeah, my father, he will get up and probably come with his rifle. You know what I mean? He will support me 100%. And that's what family's supposed to do. You know, so don't be scared. Actually, just go to your family and tell them you have proof. Go and show them a doctor's reports. If you're saying recurring STIs, you have like proof, no? Go to them, show them, make a case. Like Tina said, I don't want to drag this. And just get out. There's someone who deserves you more. Definitely. Don't tie yourself down, guy. And I don't want to be like, we're always on this show telling people, leave their relationship. It's not even about that. But some of these situations are just downright ridiculous. I'm just saying. Messages. Mustafa says, it's time to abandon the ship, my dear. It's clear he doesn't love nor respect you in any way. Whatever you are not able to change whilst dating will only be magnified during the marriage. Think twice. C says, you're putting on a shoe and you know how tight it is for you, not your family. Run for your life, else be ready to suffocate and die in that marriage. Marriage should be enjoyed, not endured. Herbert says, if he can't sacrifice his womanizing behavior, then he's not ready for a lifetime relationship. Neither does he love you. Leave him, sister. Do not hesitate. Nana says, Madam, it's your life. A chronic cheat? Hey, you are brave, oh. And still around after getting all those STIs. You are not married to him, so you have no obligation to stay with him. If you are my sister, I'll tell you to leave. Simple. Your life is precious. Gloria says, Madam, it's your life and your choice. Tell your family you want out. Tell them and do not seek their opinion. He will do worse if you marry him. YOLO. Essie says, this is no big deal. Tell them. You're the one going into it and not them. Winnie says, please, I want to understand something. Engagement as in traditional marriage or as in a promise ring on your finger. Go home to your parents and sit them down. Talk to them. They will see reason with you, after which you can call for a meeting with his parents and together with your family, tell them the reason why the marriage cannot continue. Brown says chronic cheats will never change after marriage. A broken engagement is better than contracting HIV. If you cannot leave him, then get ready to endure and keep praying for change. It's up to you. And finally, Rita says, a man that is sleeping around and infecting you with diseases, no. You don't know how to tell your family you are no longer interested in their marriage with him. Come on. This is your life we're talking about here and not your families. Charlie, apart from good health, you also need peace of mind and sanity. You can't live the rest of your life fighting him over this attitude. Leave that relationship ASAP. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Every single text says leave.
See?
I don't know what you're waiting for. It's Sister Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. We'll go for another break. We'll be right back.
City TV is live on DSTV. Go to channel 363. On GoTV, access City TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV on your television. City TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. City TV, it's your world.
And you're welcome back, Sister. Your comments are welcome on anything you have heard on the show today, you know. Let us know what you think. If we're being too radical or just not giving good advice, we want to know your opinion. 054-998-6996. Remember, you can also send your messages ahead of time to Jessica at cityfmonline.com. And if you want your messages read on the show, still to the same email, or search for us on Facebook at Sister Live. Drop a message in our DMs and we will get to you. We've got another message here. It says, I have been with my husband for 7 years. Courted for 4 years, married for 3. We have 2 beautiful boys. We've always had a great sex life. All has been good until 8 months ago when he joined a new church. Apparently, the church frowns on oral sex. Sex for me has been boring these past months, and I don't know why he made such a crucial decision without deliberating with me. My husband complains that I lie there like a stick when he's having sex with me. The thing is, I don't enjoy sex without foreplay, and he knows it. When I tried to explain how I felt, he asked me if I prefer he flouts the church's doctrines, making it seem like I am the devil. He sometimes says, I make him feel like he's raping me. He's really into this new church and practically does everything that the church asks of him. I'm really unhappy in my home. What should I do? All right, Gil, let me come back to you. Why not?
I mean, last week we talked about foreplay, like how it's the most important thing to a woman. I'm not a man, so I can't say what foreplay does for them, whether it's a huge deal for them. But as a woman, I know that enough foreplay is what will get me like ready. And so if he's going to take away that from her, I can understand where she's coming from. But I don't get it. You've been with someone for this long. You guys have planned your life on certain structures. And you both know that this is what works for you, this is what works for me. So I don't, like she said, she's not understanding why suddenly you have changed the way the routine is just because of what a church is saying. I'm very, very careful when I talk about the church because people are just quick to like, just, you know, you'll be up in arms, like, why are you saying this? But I will never sit here and just, you know, go against someone's beliefs and someone's, you know, whatever. But we are talking about someone's specific, you know, feelings here. So they should bear with me when I say that. Sometimes I feel like the church, it makes certain simple things that are supposed to be enjoyable in life, like certain things that are inevitable in life, they make it feel like it's a bad thing. Especially even with the sex, you know, and how people are supposed to express themselves. Why should you care what I do in my bedroom with my partner? As long as both of us are getting what we want to get and we are both, you know, satisfied, I don't see why he should let that come in. Why should someone tell you that what you are doing with your partner, I need to stop it and do what they're saying? Because I don't think one has got anything to do with the other. And obviously, I don't know how their communication is, because he's not listening to her, you know, saying that she's not happy and and you know, one thing about the oral sex topic too, people also have a huge, you know, problem with that. I don't.
Obviously.
I mean, like, I mean, because what else can you even do with the human body? Like, aside, can I say penetration? I mean, what else? I mean, how many corners can you go, you know, on the human body? So it's like, you can't take that one and say, oh, it's a terrible thing. Because if you're not lucky to get someone who really, really is skillful with the foreplay thing, and like some, you know, doesn't kiss right. I always say this thing that some guys who kiss like they're chewing hard willy. Imagine that. Okay, that's just besides the point.
Or it's too sloppy.
And so like, and you see, and
lick your nose.
Stop it.
Someone will like it. I was discussing that with my sister today, and like, it's an art, okay? And obviously, this lady has the right, you know, balance with her guy, and you want to take that away from her. I don't think that is cool, because it's not always the pounding away, you know, like you know what I mean, like pounding fufu or something, like just pounding away. Sometimes it drags, like I said. It drags like it drags, and we've all been there. I mean, we've all been there. It's like you don't have foreplay. The person just jumps on you. You're not lubricated enough, if I can say that, and so then you just jump on her. Sometimes you bruise her because you know, you're just going at it like I said, pounding fufu with no skill or anything. And so definitely she's not happy. And Olivia said something, was it last week, that when you don't get good orgasm, when you get a good orgasm, you're like, you know, your whole day is, like you said, your whole day is, Charlie, you know, like sorted. And then you're used to all of this, you know, like orgasms and stuff, and then the guy suddenly takes that away. I don't think it's fair. And it's very strange that you you get married to somebody thinking that the person that you married is going to be the way, I mean, before you married him, it was in a certain way. You expect that it's going to be like that. And then suddenly the person changes and just becomes the total opposite. It's you can realize I'm rambling. I don't really know what kind of advice to give her, because some people, when it comes to the church thing, and that is, I don't know if he was born in their marriage and now he finds some kind of outlet, or was he pretending?
Or he's making excuses. How does she know for sure that that's what the
was
church
he
is
even
saying?
enjoying what he was doing?
Maybe
with
he
her?
doesn't like to do it.
Yeah, maybe
So he's
he
blaming it
did
on the
it
church.
because to switch just so quickly to the total opposite. I really don't know what to say to her.
Yeah.
But like the way she's come to us with all her pain, maybe if she can appeal to him, maybe he will listen. I really.
Yeah.
This is just a,
Let's bring in Olivia.
Sensitive, you know.
Let's bring in Olivia. Olivia should have a solution for us.
Maybe.
Livy?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Sorry, you're gonna have to check your audio, Livy. The line keeps breaking. No, I can't hear you. I can only read your lips, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Super, I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But I was saying that I don't usually do this because I know our show is like open to the entire public. I mean, there are people who are Christians, there are people who are non-Christians, there are Muslims and stuff. But with this particular incident, okay, and the fact that this guy has completely turned his marriage sex life upside down, this is the reason why I'm going to give me one moment. I just want to quote scripture, okay? Because this guy is using his position in this so-called church against his wife enjoying sex, okay? So sweetheart, your husband doesn't want to talk, quote scripture, okay? 1 Corinthians 7:3-5, okay? So it talks about the husband should fulfill her husband's needs. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Do not deprive each other of sexual relations. Unless you both agree to refrain from sexual intimacy, you have a limited time so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. So this is scripture. God wants us to enjoy sex in marriage. So what is he talking about? Not to forget about Songs of Solomon, when he also talks about the wife's breast being like two young roses, implying that play is fantastic. So to this guy, what is he talking about? If you can't enjoy sex in marriage, why are you going to enjoy sex in marriage? Enter into a turn and work on your body. Because at the end of the day, you need to, I'm not surprised that you're just lying there like a log. Like, I feel so like, I'm just tired of, you see, this is scripture. I just quoted scripture. Okay, I'm tired of some churches coming up with all sorts of weird doctrines. And because we don't read, we don't know. Okay, I know of a friend, right? She, there's only one style she does. Because according to her, if she does the other styles and other angles, it's against religion. I'm like, are you serious? So like for her whole life, she's going to do missionary. That's all. Other styles is like out of the question. And then she wakes up and she's wondering why her husband is, being, slayed by other active women. And she ends up in church. Like, we are the main reason to all our problems. It's not, it's supposed to be intimacy, it's supposed to be lovemaking, and I can understand where you're coming from because this guy used to be doing all the right things until he joined this church. Okay, and sometimes people make religion overrated. God is love. He loves intimacy. When two people are making love, they are bonding. It's such a spiritual, beautiful process. And if you're not going to enjoy it in marriage, within the confines of marriage, why are you going to enjoy it? So, sweetheart, wake him up one morning, give him this scripture, and then ask him what does the church saying about this scripture? Because even if he decides not to have sex with you, you guys have to agree. It says it in the Bible that both of you have to agree. Because there's times when, both of you as a family come together, you go like, we are fasting. So because we are fasting, okay, we are refraining from sex. And even that, if one person decides to fast and the other person is not fasting, and the other person has decided, Charlie, me, I want to have sex, the other party has to respect it. You both have to be on common grounds. I'm very passionate about this topic because a lot of homes are being messed up because of stupid religion, excuse my French, and it's annoying. So if he doesn't want to talk, quote scripture to him and then take it from there and enjoy your sex life. And what's the wise now?
Yeah, Livy. Charlie, you said it all, but I didn't know this verse, so I've underlined it. 1 Corinthians 7, 3-5.
Yes, 3-5 is there. Go and read it.
Oh, yes.
Sharp.
I've noted it.
So tell me, what are your thoughts?
So, this topic is very touchy. When it comes to religion, everyone sort of tries to refrain from speaking too much because the church, most people we're a Christian country, so most people...
actually secular, but most people are Christian.
Yeah, most people are Christian. So, when you speak against the church, sometimes it becomes a bit off. But this is the reason why it is very important, even in Christianity, they say that do not be unequally yoked with another. Your beliefs should be the same. When you're entering into a marriage, if you're a Christian and you're non-Christian, you should have some common standards and a common agreement that, okay, you're not Christian, you're a Christian, but we still want to come together and we feel it would work.
Yeah.
But in the Christian circles, because of some of these ambiguities, they warn you against doing that. In this particular setting, they started off very well. They had a common ground. They were fine. 7 years into the marriage, one person decides to go off into another
tangent.
Maybe they were Christians from the beginning, but one decided to go a notch higher. Now, different circumstances may happen and may be the reason why this man will do that. It could be that one, he went through some situation and he got help from maybe that particular church. There are people in there and he feels like, hey, this is my world. Let me listen. Maybe they gave him some aquanture and the aquanture worked for him. So now everything they say, I'm taking it verbatim. But listen, your home is your institution. It is where, when peace dwells, you will be fine. And God actually commands blessing in your unity. Confusion in your sexual life, it's not spiritual. I always say that practicality, living a practical life, a good practical life, is actually spirituality.
I agree.
Because then you are actually living a good life according to what the Bible says. And in that, your relationship with God is tighter. It's actually spirituality through that. So for me, I'm a Christian. I just want to say that go with him to the church. Look for who the pastor is. Lay your case.
That's all.
Because that is where you will get a sense of why he's saying what he's saying, and you may also be able to convince the pastor that, listen, me, I'm not okay, so can be mommy. Use that route, because you arguing in the home, it looks like somebody has a bigger authority over you. So go through that route, talk to the pastor, lay your case there.
I actually like that suggestion, you know, and don't be surprised if you find out that the pastor never said anything like that. I'm just saying. End the show here. A big thank you to Vodafone for bringing us another exciting edition of Sister Sister. We truly appreciate it. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Thanks, Olivia. Thank you, Tina, and of course, Gail, for swinging by as well. Don't forget, you can send us messages ahead of time to Jessica at cityfmonline.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
What's up, beautiful people? It's a beautiful Friday, or should I call it a fantastic Friday? But of course, as you can see, we are glammed up in